You ever have that feeling where it seems like your body and your mind are just speaking two totally different languages? Or maybe you've talked things through a million times, but there's still this tension you just can't shake. Well, today, we're diving into something called psychosomatic recovery. It's this really fascinating approach that's built on one single powerful idea. The key to your healing might not just be in your head, it might be held inside your body.
Just let that sink in for a second. Your body has been keeping the score. Every single thing you've been through, the stress, the joy, all of it, your body remembers. And listen, this isn't just some nice-sounding metaphor. It's the whole foundation of what we're talking about today. It's the idea that our bodies are, in a way, a living, breathing archive of our entire emotional history. So, let's start to unpack that hidden story, right? From the time we're very young, our bodies learn how to cope. You know, that tension in your shoulders, that tightness in your stomach. Those were all designed to protect you. They were survival strategies. And hey, for a while, they probably worked pretty well. But what happens when those very same things that used to protect you are now the things holding you back? And that's really the essence of this word psychosomatic. It comes from the Greek psyche for mind and soma for body. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's the physical reality of those old patterns we were just talking about. It's literally the knot in your stomach when you're nervous, or your shoulders tensing up after a really stressful day. Your emotions are physically showing up in your body. Okay, so this is where a lot of people find themselves feeling completely stuck. You might have spent years in talk therapy, you might have seen all kinds of specialists, but that feeling of being disconnected or just stagnant, it just hangs on. And you start to realize that the old patterns, the ones that once kept you safe, are now the very things keeping you in a cage. Does any of this sound familiar? Feeling stuck, feeling disconnected from your own body, and having that dawning realization that your old ways of coping just aren't cutting it anymore. Man, it is such a frustrating place to be. And, it's so easy to start losing hope when it feels like you've tried everything and nothing has really worked. But what if the path forward isn't about being more disciplined? What if it's not about pushing yourself even harder? This is where psychosomatic work offers a totally different perspective. It suggests a new way of healing. One that's all about replacing that harsh self-criticism with genuine, compassionate support. So many of us were taught that growth comes from shame, from being more disciplined, from just pushing through the pain. But honestly, that approach usually just piles on more tension. This new path is about creating a sense of safety. Real, lasting growth, it doesn't happen when we're beating ourselves up. It happens when our nervous system actually feels supported, encouraged, and empowered. It's a complete flip of the script on what it really takes to heal. And this is the absolute key. Healing isn't about trying to erase your past. It's about rehabilitating your nervous system. That just means teaching it that the old dangers aren't here anymore. You actually validate those old survival strategies. I mean, they got you here, they helped you survive. And then from that place of safety, you can finally reclaim your energy and consciously choose new, healthier ways to live in the world. So what does this actually look like in practice? Because it's not just a nice idea. It's a whole toolkit of specific methods designed to help you reconnect your mind and your body. Let's take a look at some of the core tools. Okay, tool number 1, psychosomatic massage. And let me tell you, this is way more than just a regular massage. It combines body work with something called guided self-inquiry. So as a practitioner is working on, say, a tense spot in your shoulder, they might gently ask, what are you noticing here? Or is there a memory connected to this? It keeps you present, and it helps you start a real conversation with your body to listen to the stories it's been holding on to. Next up, there's somatic emotional coaching. This is where you learn to stop seeing your emotions as problems you need to get rid of and start seeing them as messengers. For instance, that constant anxiety you feel, it might just be a messenger trying to tell you that a boundary is being crossed somewhere. Coaching helps you decode these messages and then practice new ways to actually get your needs met. And finally, somatic emotional workshops. These really tap into the power of community because healing does not have to be a lonely road. In these workshops, you get to learn practical self-care tools right alongside other people, which creates this amazing sense of connection and helps you realize, hey, you are not the only one going through this. So, you've engaged with these tools, now what? What's the end result? What does this journey of reconnection actually feel like? Well, it's really about coming back to a feeling of wholeness, a feeling you might have thought was lost for good. The transformation is really profound. It's the answer to that feeling of being stuck we talked about earlier. It's that experience of feeling grounded, of feeling at home in your own skin again. It's about getting back in touch with and trusting your own inner wisdom. And maybe most importantly, it's about restoring a real, genuine sense of hope for what's ahead. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to just carry with you. Sometime today, just find a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and just listen. Really listen. What is your body trying to tell you?